Hi guys, you're welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Yvonne Princess Shabango. If you are new here, you're welcome to like, subscribe, share, and comment. And voila, you're part of the graceful, the beautiful, and the wonderful family. We're back with another video, and it's Employment Wednesdays. The day to actually take time, pray for a person that is searching for a job, take time to actually pray for a person that's looking for a job, share job posts, and actually be lovely and be merry. Do what you have to do to ensure that we're all employed. You guys know that the employment rate in the country is very high, so this is actually your time to actually do the most and give back to the community. If there is a job post at your workplace, share it with other people. If you know a website that a person can use, share it with other people. If just do the most. Okay guys, without further ado, if you want to be a part of the graceful family and you actually feel this is like a safe space for you, or you want to learn more about employment, more about faith, and more about lifestyle in general, this is a place for you to be. And so today we're tackling a question that is very hard to answer in the interview. I'll be referring to my notes because I wrote a couple of notes. So this question is very hard to answer in the interview because it's a very simple question, but also it's hard to answer. Actually, my boyfriend made me think about this, right? We were driving to work. He was taking me to work, and then he asked me, he's like, "Hey babe, so where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?" I was like, "What?" I laughed, right? And it's like, yeah, that's a serious question. That's actually a real question. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? I was able to share with him where I see myself in the next 5 years, but I sort of struggled because it wasn't structured. It was all over the place. And you don't want that in an interview where you're being asked, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? Or what are your short-term or long-term goals? Because it can either be asked as, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? Or what are your short-term or long-term goals? Literally that. So you don't want to find yourself wanting and dilly-dallying and not sure how to answer that question. So I'm here to help you out and sort of give you pointers on how you can tackle the question. But firstly, you need to understand the question. One of the main reasons why people ask us that, and I know, like with the example I used, probably my boyfriend asked me that question so that he can see if he's part of my plans, or he can see where I'm at mind and at heart. Similar to the employer, they're asking you that question because they want to see if you're planning to grow with the company, if you're planning to grow with them as an organization, if you're planning to actually expand and expertise in that particular field. So they want to get the feel, and they need you to actually give them that via your answer, right? So half the time we fumble because you get so shocked. You're like, what, 5 years? I didn't think about it. So you have to understand the question before you answer it, right? So I've told you why they asked that question. They want to see if they can hire you. Are you going to quit anytime soon? Can they rely on you? Can they grow with you? Are you aligned with their values and all of those kind of things, right? And the mistake that we make, some people always answer, and this is a good but also a bad answer. Some people always say, no, I live in the moment. I can't really give an answer. Some people like that answer, but most of the time an interviewer will be ticked off, especially in the corporate space, because people plan ahead. People plan for the next 5 years. So they want to see, as a junior, we take you in, can we promote you in the next 2 years so that we open a space for the next junior coming in? Can we elevate you to the managerial position and stuff like that? So you need to be very mindful. So the other thing to consider, what are you interviewing for? In which space or in which field? Because answers will differ depending on the field that you are in, So that's the chat. So when you answer that question, one, you need to have yourself in mind, right? We'll start with, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? So you need to answer it from a perspective of personal goals and career goals, because here you're interviewing for a job, but also they I think good employers are concerned about your well-being as well. So they want to know your personal goals as well. So always have in mind what personal goal you want to achieve in the next 5 years, and also what goal you want to achieve in the next 5 years, career goal, right? Because here's another thing, a lot of the recruiters know that they're not hiring robots. They are hiring human beings with goals. So sometimes when you give those answers that seem cramped or structured or memorized, they can see that no, you're not being yourself. So it's always important that you are yourself, right? So I'll give you an example of a personal goal that you can use, like that's interlinked with your career goal that you can use when they ask you what are your short-term goals and what are your long-term goals. From a personal perspective, a long-term goal would be actually saving up for a deposit to buy your first home. That's a long-term goal, because you can save for the next 5 years to actually get a home, right? But in order for you to actually be able to save that amount of money that you need for deposit down payment, you need to work hard for you to get bonuses, for you to get increases. So already it gives the interviewer an idea that you are this person that's structured, you're this person that has a great work ethic, you're this person that is focused, because you know that for you to get that deposit for that home that you want to purchase, you have to work hard. And where are you going to work hard? You're going to work hard in that particular company that you're interviewing for. So that's a personal goal you can include when they look at your long-term goals. And then your short-term goal, looking at if it's the beginning of the year, you can look at running for the marathon to raise money for the charity. Also, you look at the organization you're interviewing for. If it's an organization that focuses, actually also focuses and values giving back to the community, they will be impressed with your answer, because they'll be like, oh, this person actually cares for the community. This person cares for other people, so we can hire them. So you see, these are personal goals, but they're interlinked with your career or also your value, also the values of that particular company. Then you come back now to goals that you can actually highlight, right? So like I said, short-term, long-term goals. In high school, we're taught short-term, medium-term, and long-term goals, right? These are the goals that we're taught. But in the corporate world, we always look at short-term, long-term. So you've given them a personal long term, which is buying your first home, and a personal short term, which is running for the marathon or running for Women's Day or running a cancer run or something like that, but just to give back to the community. That's short term. You already have 2 personal short term goals. And then you've got long term goals. Long term goals, you're buying a home, right? So, and then you come to your career, right? When you look at your career, you look at stuff like, here's the thing, I've realized we're always quick to say, I want to be director. You don't have to say that. You really don't have to say that, because half the time we're lying. We don't want to be directors, you know? But you look at it from a perspective of qualities that actually benefit you and the company in the long run. I'll make an example. I just noted some stuff here. So number 1, excuse me guys, sorry about that. So you'd look at securing a good work ethic, learning a good work ethic, and improving your leadership skill, so that you can be later on promoted to a managerial position, or to a supervisor, or to a better position. Or you can also look at an increased salary. That's a long-term goal, because you can start off as earning 10,000 rand. Long-term earning would be you taking home about 95 or 100K home, you know, and you understand that you have to work towards that. These are not goals that you just achieve within a month, right? And then you look at also things like to expertise in the industry. So now you're not lying to your employer, because you're not saying, I want to be a director, but you're saying you want to expertise in the industry or in that particular field that relates to the position that you're interviewing for, right? And then also you look at the fact that you want to be a mentor. Those are like the long-term goals that you look at. Because also one thing I've noticed, that a lot of companies actually want to know that they've taught you enough to teach other people. Because people know they're doing a good job if they can actually take what they have learned and give it to other people, and that those people actually grow and develop and also pass it on. So if you can let them know that actually I want to be a mentor, I want to train juniors when they come in, that's a good one. Or I want to be an expert in a particular field or department that we practice within the organization. Let's say I want to be a business rescue expert. You know, I want to give presentations. But make sure that your answer is not far-fetched or too rehearsed. Like, be realistic about it. You know, that's how you answer it, and don't be robotic. Because, like, guys, we living in times whereby things are moving, and people know that people have lives, you know. But also, in you being free and all of that, don't sabotage yourself. Do not sabotage yourself. Make sure that your answers are structured properly. Make sure that your answers are very realistic. So you look at things like, also, I want to get a degree in, like, for instance, I'm a master's in banking law holder. So for me, that was like a long term, because okay, it wasn't so long, but I got my master's in 2 years when I was waiting to secure employment. Right now, my long term could be I want to secure my PhD degree so that I'll be able to expertise as a banking lawyer, and so that I'll be able to put our company on the map. So also in your answers, put answers that actually show that you want to be part of the organization. Put answers that show that you want to grow with the organization. Don't be like me, or just you. But also like let your answer be, I don't want to say diluted, but for a better lack of word, like let it be don't let it be too sweet, but make them see that at the end of the day, you are human. You will have goals that are outside your career, and you will have your career orientated goals, right? So do not forget qualities. Are like long term, because we learn every day. You improve your work ethic every day. Then look at things like money, guys. Money is important. Also, never be afraid to talk about money. Like money, obviously don't say, oh no, my long-term goal is getting promoted so that I can go to the Maldives. No, guys, no. But show that you're a person that cares about valuable things in life. Show that you're a person that cares about important things in life. Okay, let me see if I left anything out, because I wrote things down here. Yeah, that's just basically about it. Make sure that you have personal goals that are valuable, like purchasing your own home, purchasing your own car, so that you're able to be flexible, so that you're able to arrive at work on time. Also that, like for instance with us lawyers, if you're a litigator, you find yourself in court back and forth. So you can always say, my short-term goal, if your salary allows that, my short-term goal will be able to buy a car so that I'm flexible, and so that I'm able to do all the tasks that are required of me in time, so yeah, make sure that your answers are smart and your answers benefit you as a person, and that your answers benefit the organization altogether. And I do hope that this video was helpful. If you need more info, you can send me an email, you can DM me on Instagram, and guys, share in the comment section how you think a person can tackle the question, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? Because it's an easy one, but also very hard and tricky to answer. Also guys, always remain calm. Like, don't be scared, like, oh my god, I don't know, I don't have it figured out. People don't expect you to have it figured out, but people want to know, do you have a plan? Are you even planning? Are you even thinking about important things? So yeah, without wasting any much of your time, do not forget to be loved, do not forget to be light, do not forget to be kindness, and God bless you. I love you all.